Alright guys, today we're going to look at the concept of multiplying polynomials using the FOIL method. There are a lot of different ways to multiply polynomials, and I'm going to make 3 different videos that cover 3 different methods that I think are probably the most commonly used. The FOIL method is a really commonly used method, but it's very specific. It will only work when you're multiplying really 2 binomials together. Some people will kind of argue the distributive method is basically the FOIL method, and it is, they're right. But when you hear FOIL method and you think about what the acrostic stands for and all that stuff, it is very specific to 2 binomials. And so I'm going to kind of walk you through that process. So my example I have here is x plus 3 times 3x minus 4. And this idea of FOIL, each of those letters does have a meaning, and what it's basically telling you is what order to multiply things in. And so I'm going to go through this relatively quickly. The F in FOIL stands for first, and what it's talking about is the first value in each binomial you're going to multiply together. So x times 3x is going to be 3x squared. By the way, if you have trouble multiplying expressions like that, I have a video up you can certainly check out and make sure that you're up to speed on how to multiply things like x and 3x together. Okay, so the F is first, and so we've covered that step. The next step is called the outside, and when it says the outside, it's looking at this entire expression of these 2 binomials being multiplied as one thing, and it's looking at the 2 values on the outside. So in this case, it's x times negative 4 is what it's calling the outside values. And so you're going to multiply those together, and you get negative 4x. Okay, so that's your first, and then your outside. Next is your I, which stands for inside. Okay, again, looking the same way at this expression and it being multiplied together. The inside values would be 3 and 3x, and so we're going to multiply those together. So 3 times 3x gives me a plus 9x. And then finally I have my L in FOIL, which stands for last, and this is looking at the last values in each of your binomials. And so that would be 3 and negative 4. Multiply those together, and you get negative 12. And so what you have here are the results of doing the FOIL method. You'll hear people call it foiling these 2 binomials together. But again, you're just multiplying them in a certain way that's effective. So your final step to the FOIL method is to combine your like terms. In this case, I have negative 4x plus 9x are my like terms. And so I have 3x squared, which stays the same, plus 5x is the result of combining my like terms, and then minus 12, and that is my final result for multiplying these 2 binomials together.